Okay, this is Dash Show Rose here, back with another news-related video. Yes, I'm back, and this video is going to be a bit of an interesting one I want to talk about. Interesting and kind of probably a problemsome for people in Hollywood. And as you guys know, Disney, Trump, became the president of the United States once again. Yeah, he was re-elected, making him the 47th president of the United States. Yeah, I'm not really sure why I think they count it. I believe they just count it by how many presidents they've had throughout the country, but I'm like, he's not, that would make him not the 49th actual person to run and be in the office, but the president itself. So I guess that means we could be far off from our 50th president, I'm sure that'll be a big day, having a 50th president, in the White House to celebrate, 50 states and all that. That'll be an interesting event. They're already doing that with Jimmy Carter, who is 100 years old. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting, I don't know much about Jimmy Carter or a lot of the presidents of the past. I just know, before my time at least, but I do know, I do know, Jimmy Carter, is 100 years old and all that, so that's pretty cool. So I'm just curious if the country will do something, to celebrate the 50th president, if we get to that point, But as for right now, Donald Trump is the 47th president. Not the 47th one to be in office, I believe, but the 47th one to be elected. And people, mostly Hollywood, people in general were split on President Trump. A lot of people hated him. Some people liked him. It was very, very split when he was a president. Hell, in Hollywood itself, they fucking, constantly trashed on him and made fun of the way he looked and all that, and his speech and all that, and I'm like, okay, this is nothing new. Hollywood's done this forever, but, with this kind of stuff, but I feel like they always made it funnier back in the day, especially when They did this when, George W. Bush was president. They made it a lot more funny and all that. And then afterwards, they kind of just made it very predictable. There were people who made fun of Joe Biden, too. But also, it kind of got very competitive after a while because they made fun of the way he talked and all that. And yeah, it just kind of got old. But yeah, my thing is, this has been kind of going on for a while, but it got really big and bad when Trump became the president in 2016. He became the president and all, and they constantly made fun of him and all that, and kind of made people split on, the crap going on in Hollywood and all that, and it was just a freaking nightmare. It was a damn nightmare. And all that, and I'll say myself, I'm going to say right now, I don't really care for Trump either. Honestly, I don't even care about politics in general. I really don't. I don't care about him really much at all. I'll talk about him in my opinions, but I won't, obsess over them. Believe me, my dad and my mom are very obsessive with that kind of stuff. My mom absolutely loathes Trump. She freaking hates him. She was even commenting, well, not commenting, but, more so, talking to me about, how she wishes that they didn't miss and all that, and I'm like, I'm glad, you're one of those people that care about the people that actually got killed in that assassination attempt, because there was a person that died. and all that. And then, like, on the other hand, my dad's like, like, he's not a huge Trump supporter. He didn't even want to vote for Trump, but Trump was Kamala Harris and Trump were the big ones that were being elected and all that. And he probably, I think he voted for him because he had kind of no choice, which, I mean, is true. I mean, that's why I voted for Trump. And honestly, I didn't even want to vote for Trump. I just wanted to get my dad off my back, because I'm like, I don't want to, like, listen to him, like, tell me I can't have an opinion and all that because I can't vote. I mean, I should normally not care, but when you're, like, living in the house and all that, I'm like, I'm like, I don't want to deal with that stuff. So I voted, and I'll say I voted, because I voted for Trump because number one is Kamala Harris was she was put in there out of nowhere because President Biden, dropped out of the debate and all that. He dropped out, I think, in, like, was it August or September? He dropped out. I can't remember when he dropped out, but he dropped out and all that. And then, like, Kamala Harris, who was the vice president, came in and all that. And I'm like, okay, so basically she came in there and all. So technically Trump should have won regardless because Biden dropped out. So I don't even think they were. I mean, I don't know how this stuff works, but I don't think she should have been allowed to actually run against him, because technically he would have won anyway, but she did it anyway. And another thing is with Kamala Harris, is like she keeps fucking switching up what she's saying and all that constantly. She's like talking about this and that, like she was talking about, like, wanting to ban social media and all, and then she said she wasn't gonna do it and all that, and she said crap like that, and it made everything confusing and all that. Not to mention they were hiding, this information and all that on YouTube and other platforms, because, you can't have your own opinion and all that, and that made me really want to vote for Trump and all that. And like I said, I don't even care about Trump either. I don't care about politics in general, but my point is that, he won and all that, and I'm sure a lot of people actually voted for him in general probably because they have, they have a lot of options, and considered some of the crap that Kamala Harris has been saying and the crap we've been dealing with for the last 4 years. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like me and just wanted to vote just because no against people who voted for Kamala Harris, I mean, you can have your own opinion, but I'm just saying why a lot of people, and myself included, voted for Trump over Kamala Harris. Now, that said, Trump has also had a lot of, problems too. I mean, there's been a lot of reports too, but my thing is, though, it's kind of hard to believe the news and all that, because, because, again, all these social media platforms and stuff hide one side and not the other and all that. So they shouldn't be censoring anybody. Like, both sides should not be censored unless they're actually trashing on people. But that's pretty much what they, been doing and all that. So, they basically kind of been doing that forever, and I think people are just fed up with it and, just want to freaking, like, get things back on track. I mean, I think a lot of people, including myself, don't expect Donald Trump to fix a bunch of stuff. I mean, I don't think he's going to fix a bunch of stuff. But I will say I do think prices are going to go back down and all that, and I think we might be seeing, and not just like Hollywood, but social media in general. I think we're going to start seeing some changes here, because I think they're going to start going after censoring people and all that, because that needs to be freaking done. That needs to be done. People need to have the right to make their own stuff. There's certain times where I can see social media and Hollywood censor certain stuff, that's either, harmful to people or something, but those are stupid crap and all that, which I'm just like, Warner Brothers getting rid of Elmer Fudd's gun and all that for Looney Tunes and all that, I'm like, that's just stupid, because maybe a few people, bitch about it and all that, which I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just like, again, I think this whole thing is freaking stupid, and I don't know, I'm just like, I think it's gonna get probably better, but I don't think it's gonna get back to normal. I don't think it's gonna get back to normal for a while. I think it's a mess right now, in the United States and all that. But where I want to come from though is not the whole part, about my opinion. It's more about people who do not like Trump, or are basically pushing crap and all that a certain way to get what they want and all that, and that's the thing I want to talk about here. So first off, we're going to talk about in this video is Ellen and other people who are leaving the United States because Donald Trump got elected. Now the thing is though, people can have the right to leave. It's their own opinion. People have the right, My problem is, here's my problem with some of this stuff. Some of these people are freaking awful. They are awful. Like, they are just fucking shitty people and all that. And you can say the same thing about Donald Trump. I mean, he's been arrested in New York and all that. You could say that too. But like I said, the whole thing with that is, again, they were censoring one side of this crap but not the other. Because I can say that for a fact. Because on YouTube, I commented on Kamala Harris's, speech and all that, with talking about how everything is much better and all that, like the economy is better and all that. It's not. It's tons of businesses are going bankrupt. Prices keep going higher and higher, and you can say part of it is COVID-19. Yeah, part of it is COVID-19. But that was also 4 years ago and all that too, and I think by now it should have gotten back to normal. But that's just the thing there. But the thing is though, with Ellen and all that, is there are people who are, and this is not even politic crap, this is just people in general on both sides, or everybody in general, I should say. Not really, this is not politics, there's not really one side or the other. I've talked about shit she's done and all that behind the scenes. And then we have Alec Baldwin, who is also, shitting on people too and all that. And talking about how, Alec Baldwin's bringing up how, I think people who voted for Trump and all that are trash and all that. And I'm just I didn't say, I don't think people are trash for voting for anybody. People have the right to do it. I think it's more so the actions you do that affect people and all that. It's not who you vote for and all that. And I just think the whole thing is freaking stupid. Not to mention Alec Baldwin actually killed somebody. Yeah, he freaking killed somebody. And somehow he's gotten away with it. Now, he didn't intend to actually kill somebody. He didn't intend to. He killed somebody by accident, but still he killed somebody and all that, and started a bunch of bullshit there and all that, and then he comes out and tries to tell other people what they can and can't do, and that's the crap I cannot stand and all that, and I'm just like, I don't know, it's bad on both sides, but I think one side is worse than the other, but there are people who have come out and have trashed on people who have voted for Biden too and all that, and although, like I've said before, I think people voting for Biden now, I've seen comments on that, and some people saying Biden is the savior and all that, and all this crap, and I'm like, Biden, if you guys watched the debate, Biden was not there, the guy was falling asleep constantly, and he was just not there. Trump said some stupid shit too, but Trump is talking about dogs and cats and all that, People even made some memes about that and all that. But Trump also is not falling asleep constantly and constantly saying the same thing and stumping all the time, like Biden was. Like he, I mean, I will say, yeah, I don't think, again, he's the greatest guy either, but that's the problem with Kamala Harris. That's again why I voted for Trump, because I'm like, people are censoring shit on Kamala Harris, because they censored my comment on her. They did. They censored it. They basically, like I said, I was calling out crap that she was saying that wasn't true and all that, and it was very obvious, and and that's kind of what happened there. And I'm just like, I'm just like, the whole thing is freaking just stupid and all that, and I mean, that's the thing. A lot of these people, they can leave the country all they want to. I mean, I don't care. I'm just saying, these people, a lot of these people are also shitty people. And I've actually been proven that they've done stuff, and all that. With Trump and all that, there have been people have attacked him and all that, but again, they're also censoring stuff too, unlike these people, where I don't believe they've censored hardly anything and all that, and just again, I'm just like I said, I just don't freaking care. They can leave the country all they want because I don't care, but. I mean, like I said before, it's one thing to have your own opinion, but when you trash on other people and you're already a shitty person as it is, then that's another thing. But yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm just like, I don't really care about that. Speaking of leaving countries and all that, Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, which I want to bring this up because I'm talking about Ellen and all that, because Ellen is the voice of Dory and all that. I think she voices, I'm not sure all the characters she voices. She voices Dory. I don't remember all the Pixar characters she voices, but I think she voiced Joy. I believe, I could be wrong. She voiced Joy in and then the second movie, they recast her and all that. I don't remember, but but basically, well, Disney, how Bob Iger is, he's basically, he pats himself on the back a lot and all that, and basically he has a whole thing where he basically, is, him and Disney are, moving their crap to other places, because California is getting very expensive. It's freaking impossible, really, to live there anymore. You might be able to visit it, but actually living in California, yeah, that's going to be impossible. And they were trying to pass, I believe, a bill down where they were going to charge people for leaving and all that, or maybe it was after they left, they were still having to pay on stuff. I don't remember, which that should be against the Constitution and the whole because I believe you can't do that to your citizens and all that in the country, but with the Constitution and all that. But I mean, who follows the Constitution anymore, right? I mean, who does? I mean, all these big, powerful people don't even follow the damn Constitution. They should follow it, but they really don't, and that's what leads to shit like California, which, again, they shouldn't be allowed to do that, which I don't know if they're going to be allowed to do that now, because with Trump in there, I don't know what they'll be doing. But like I've said, too, I don't think Trump's going to do a whole lot of things. I mean, there was a whole thing of him building a wall and all that, which I thought that was stupid to begin with, because I'm like, you're going to just piss off people in other countries and all that for building a damn wall and all that. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be like the Great Wall of China, but I think it's going to be maybe a wall where you have to have a passport and something maybe to get through or something. I don't know, but that's just that was just stupid in my opinion, and honestly, I don't think he ever even did that. So yeah, but I don't know if he'll do anything about California and all these other places, but I will say, yeah, California is fucking outrageously expensive. Hollywood's kind of leading. They're taking their movies and all that to other countries and all that. They're having to make cuts because they've overspent on shit. I mean, Disney and Warner Brothers have spent a lot of money on shit. Disney especially. Disney, like I said, in the past they've overspent on Fox. They've spent money on all this IP, like the Muppets and all they bought over the years, and they don't know what the hell they're doing with it, and like they really don't know what they're doing with it. I was looking up the last time they made a Muppets movie was back in 2014. They made some TV shows, but not a lot on them. Like I said, Disney does not know what they're doing with a lot of their IPs. They'd be better off selling it off, but like other Hollywood studios, they rather just like cut corners and lay off people and replace them with robots, aka AI, than actually having decent people coming in. And I mean, AI can be good in certain cases, maybe, but for a lot of it though, I feel like they need to actually have actual humans doing it too, but because that's just going to cost people money and all that, and I think it's going to end up backfiring because it's going to backfire because they're going to end up just like creating their own studios. People are already doing that. They're already creating their own stuff, and they're putting their shit on like Netflix or YouTube or something. And although I will say I have a lot of problems with YouTube, Netflix I'm not as familiar with, but Netflix I think its biggest problem is it's kind of expensive, and I think they cancel a lot of shows. Well, they were doing them. Now I don't think they're doing it as much. They're just letting the people create their own stuff on there, but I could be wrong. But like YouTube, they're doing all this stuff on here too, but I do have problems with their censoring stuff and all that too and all that, but I think it's just going to get to the point and people are fed up with it. And they're probably going to create their own studios. I'm not going to lie, I would like to do that in the future. I would love to do that, like create my own studio. Of course, it'd take a long time to do, but that's what I'm saying. The people are going to find a way to make it, happen and all that. And I think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, basically people are taking their content to like other countries and all that. Bob Iger now has his own building and all that. He has his own building with his own name and all that, in New York now, which is like literally all the way across the other side of the U.S. And I'm like, yeah, this guy really needs his own building, his own name, and all that, because this guy is a total fraud, and takes credit for shit he hasn't done and all that, and. Yeah, I've talked so much trash about Bob Iger, but God, I hate him so much. I really do hate him and just wish they'd fucking kick his ass out of the damn company. But the problem is I think he's got too much power in the company. Like, I think I've said this before. I don't remember. I've said this in comments, but I've said that, like, I have a feeling somebody could come in here and buy out the company. I don't know who would buy out Disney, because Disney's so big. And all that, but I think that's the only way they're going to get saved is if somebody else that comes in and buys it out. And all that. Even then, I don't know if it'll go back to being, a great company again, because a lot of these bigger companies have gone to shit too. But I don't know. I'm just like, I just feel like, they could do some things with this company and all that, but I don't know. I just don't know what they'll do, but the fact is, though, like I said, again, Bob Iger has his own building and all that, and just like his own name and all that, because I'm just like, again, I thought people were just saying that, like literally, well, not literally, but like, just as a saying, but Bob Iger thinks so much about himself, it's basically, his company and all that, and But no, they literally mean it. They literally mean it, like, by him saying that he literally thinks he's fucking Walt Disney and all, or he wants to be Walt Disney and all that by pissing all over his work and all that and shutting shit down and all that. Like, God, I really don't get how this guy has a job still. I do not get it. I'm like, I guess I can kind of get it because, like I've said, he probably has too much power on. That's how he has his job still. But I'm just like, Mike, this guy's just fucking awful. He's just awful. Like, you know, like I said, they're cutting back the woke stuff, you know, and all that. But that's only because they're losing money and all that. And even then, I think what they're doing is probably going to end up being a backfiring too. Because I was looking up something here on a Pixar movie, or was it a Pixar movie or a short? I don't know if it's already come out. But there's like a Pixar, like I think it's like a baseball short or something. It has a transgender character in it. I don't know if it's already out or not. I thought about making it its own video, but I'm just like, I don't know if I want to make it its own video, because I'm kind of sick of talking about this kind of stuff, but it looks like they're going to remove it in general. So they're going to remove transgender and gay stuff in general, because I get where people are upset because they do this shit too much. They do this shit way too much and all that, and they keep changing up stories just to make it please to other people, you know. It's like when they shoved like the whole General Leia thing in Star Wars and all, even though she was always called Princess Leia. They threw it in there just because they wanted to, like, you know, appeal to, you know, strong female, you know, stuff and all that, and I'm just like, again, it's just fucking annoying and all that. But I mean, removing the stuff in general, like, completely, I feel like that's probably crossing the line too much. But I don't know, they may keep it still in there, I don't know. But again, it feels like their mind is more set on money, and we don't want that. We want money, you know. I mean, companies need money to function, but we don't need a company to, like, you know, to focus on one thing and not the other, you know. I'm like, because it's also about making good stories and all that too. And when you're doing this shit, you're just gonna piss people off. I mean, look at Lightyear. I guarantee a lot of people are fucking pissed off at Disney who were actually gay and lesbians because they threw this damn, you know, this damn, like, lesbian shit in the movie, and it was only in like one scene just so they can air it in other countries, which ended up backfiring. And you know, I'm just like, again, I'm like, this is not gonna probably work. I think they're probably gonna they're just gonna need to end up selling the company off, or they're gonna have to, like, start, like, I don't know, they have to kick the CEO probably out of here too. But I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Honestly, Disney at this point, I don't know. The only reason why they're still, like, probably standing and not filing for bankruptcy is because they own so much shit. Otherwise, I feel like they'd be going downhill now, because yeah, they're not in a good place. They are losing money, but, like, unlike Paramount, you know, like, they're like Warner Brothers. They have a crap ton of cash, which allows them to screw shit up over and over again before they learn their lesson, which could end up backfiring. But they are gonna have to do something, because they can't keep doing this shit. They can't. They're gonna end up having a problem with this. It's gonna end up coming back and hitting them in the face. And then also we're gonna have, we're gonna have a problem where, like, you know, like they're gonna either, like, need to, like, sell the company off, or they're gonna go under. Because I think that's the only way they're gonna get saved. And speaking of which, they have another problem too. They're having another lawsuit. Yeah, this company is having so many damn lawsuits. I figured it was going to happen at some point in time, but I figured they were going to eventually, because they're starting to lose some of these lawsuits. They're starting to lose some of them. Because Disney's running out of money. Because they've had so many, they fucked and screwed over so many damn people in the past. They're actually losing these court, you know, stuff and all that, because they've had a lot of lawsuits. I mean, they had one with Bill Nye in the past. They've had one with the people with the Predator movies and all. They've had lawsuits left and right, and those are the only examples throughout the entire history. And now I think they're starting to kind of lose, stuff. So I think they're either gonna have to, like I said, they're gonna have to either sell shit off, or they're gonna have to sell the entire company off and just start over. But I don't know. I just think it's really kind of hard to say. But I think Bob Iger should have just stuck with what he said before and just sell off assets of the company. Like they don't really need all this stuff here. They don't need all this. But yeah, they don't need all this stuff. But I don't know. But I was gonna bring up too the lawsuit thing. So they actually have another one too with apparently Donald Trump, who by the way is the president, and they're gonna have to be paying like a shit ton of money, for ABC News because ABC News was screwing them over and all that, and he's charging them for lying. Maybe I don't remember what exactly the lawsuit was, but. That makes me wondering, like, will CNN and other news outlets get sued too because they were covering up shit? I'm just like this is not good. This is not good, and I think social media might be next. I think Google is already in trouble with this stuff, but I'm like, will Facebook be next? Will Donald Trump sue Facebook? I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, just really interesting, but I'm just like, I will say though, like I've said before, I don't really care too if people have their own opinion on this kind of politics stuff, but it feels like them hiding shit and trying to trash on people is like backfiring, and this is what's screwing the entire stuff up. I know some people are like concerned about, I think, Donald Trump and all that, like banning gays and all that. And I'm like, he never did it before. He never went and banned gay, gay, and all that before and stuff. I'm like, why would he do it now? But at the same time, it has been a while since he became president. So. But I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just like, I don't think he's gonna probably ban anything. I think it's just gonna be they're gonna try to do what they did in 2016. The problem is it's gonna backfire because people are just fed up with this shit. They're fed up with it. They don't want, there's people out there that didn't even want to vote because they're just fed up with this shit. Like me, I didn't want to vote. Like I said, the only reason why I voted is because my dad was wanting me to vote, because if I couldn't vote, I couldn't have my own opinion, which, by the way, is stupid. It's stupid, but I don't know. But yeah, that's just kind of crazy that they got this lawsuit. They got the lawsuit with the restaurant thing and all that. They got the lawsuit with Gianna Carano. This is going to be a shitty, next year for them. And like I've said, their movies have done well too. They've done well this year. But next year, I think their movies are going to end up backfiring. They're going to start going downhill from here. They're going to go back to being just not as good and all that. And they have some movies coming out in the next few years, like 2026. They have, some sequels that might do well and all that, but Ice Age 6, I don't know if that's going to do very well, because the last few have not been doing very good, and consider they shut down the studio and pissed off a bunch of people. Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to help them with the money, and getting it to do well and all that, and they might try to hide the numbers because it's Disney and all that, because I think I've said this before too about them hiding the numbers with the sequel trilogy, because they actually did not make as much money as they thought they did, because I think people finally figured that out and went back and looked at the numbers and kind of hacked them and all that, because there are people that are hacking the company and exposing it, and I think they just don't care to go to jail. Honestly, I probably wouldn't be hacking a company just because I'm like, that's kind of risky, but I think they're doing it because they're fed up with the whole shit and all that, and they freaking want them to be exposed. But But I'm just like, that's a bit too risky, but they are finding quite a bit of secrets, you know, so I'm just like, I think it's going to be an interesting year for Hollywood and especially Disney next year, and social media too. I think we're going to see some interesting stuff, but I don't know, but I guess we'll see what happens and all that, so I will let you guys go, and I talk to you guys later. Tell me what you guys think about this in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.